I've just completed my first vintage toy line. Now the question is, do I open them?
Do it. Do it.
That's right, I've just completed collecting all the figures from Tales from the Crypt Keeper. No, not Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
I don't get it.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything. But before I do me a favor, click that subscribe button as well as the bell to get notified when I drop new content. Now, let's take a journey through the depths into the crypt. Blood, guts, and a dark sense of humor? Welcome to the gory glory of Tales from the Crypt. From 1989 to 1996, HBO gave us a horror anthology series unlike anything on TV. A weekly dose of twisted tales, black magic, and dark humor, all introduced by a wisecracking corpse known as the Crypt Keeper. But this wasn't just a random freak show. Tales from the Crypt is actually based upon the infamous EC comics from the 1950s. Titles like The Haunt of Fear and The Vault of Horror. These comics were so shocking, so gory, they helped launch the Comics Code Authority, a censorship crackdown that basically killed EC's horror line. But those banned books lived on in the minds of readers, some of which who grew up to be Hollywood legends. We're talking about Richard Donner, Joel Silver, and Robert Zemeckis, the guys behind Lethal Weapon, Back to the Future, and Die Hard. Together they teamed up with HBO to resurrect those terrifying tales, this time with no censors, no limits, and full creative control. With an A-list cast, practical effects, and twisted sense of humor, Tales from the Crypt became a cult hit, and the Crypt Keeper became a horror icon. So how did an uncensored, comic-banned horror show become a cartoon? Pulling inspiration from both the HBO hit series and the comics, this animated series brought chills to Saturday mornings, but with way less blood and a lot more moral lessons.
Oh good, that makes me feel so much better.
Developed by Nelvana out of Canada, Tales from the Crypt Keeper jumped onto ABC in 1993 with a single goal: introduce horror to kids, but don't scar them for life. Alright, let's be honest. The Crypt Keeper puppet from the HBO series is 100% nightmare fuel. So for the animated version, they gave the Crypt Keeper a friendlier face, but with the same iconic voice. Each episode told a spooky tale with a twist and a lesson. Think less gore and more don't be greedy or tell the truth. Many of the stories were pulled straight from the pages of EC comics, like The Haunt of Fear. The themes stayed creepy, but the scares were softened for younger audiences. It may not have been as gruesome as its older sibling, but Tales from the Crypt Keeper gave kids a taste of horror, a lesson, and a whole lot of creepy fun. And of course, toys. How? How did a series that had demons, killer Santas, cannibalism, and tons of gore get a cartoon, let alone a toy line?
No idea.
Well, in 1993, it happened. Ace Novelty Toys, a company that made a name for itself in the 90s with quirky offbeat action figures. They landed the license to make toys for the animated series. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of basing their designs on the smooth cartoony style of the animated series, they made him look like a decomposing corpse. The talking Crypt Keeper looked like something straight out of the HBO show, with sunken eyes, a creepy smile, and stringy hair. This was not your average cartoon toy. And yet, they marketed it to kids. Ace released a full line, 8 action figures including classics like The Mummy, Frankenstein, the Zombie, and the Gargoyle, a board game, and multiple versions of the Crypt Keeper. My personal favorite is the Beach Bum Crypt Keeper, or as I like to refer to him as, Vacation Crypt Keeper. Some figures had spooky gimmicks like spinning heads and moving limbs. Some were talking dolls, because what kid didn't want a cackling corpse on their nightstand? Despite the creepy factor, the toys were undeniably fun. Part horror collectible, part novelty, and completely 90s. And while they didn't take the world by storm like Ninja Turtles or the real Ghostbusters, they did leave a lasting impression for those of us that grew up loving macabre cartoons, monster movies, and misunderstood toy lines. Because nothing screams kid-friendly like a talking corpse giving you moral lessons. And with that, we're back to the initial question. Do I open them?
Talk about hack-exhilarating.
Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. What are some of your favorite episodes from Tales from the Crypt and Tales from the Crypt Keeper? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, remember, be good.